Alright, thought I'd expand my Switch port review series. I have a couple games on here that I have not done yet. Today it's going to be Blazblue, but I got a couple others I'm going to be working on. One of which is Darksiders, which I've actually been enjoying quite a bit on PC. This is on sale for like $10 right now, so want to grab this today. It's going to be your last chance to get it for that price. Other games I haven't gotten around to yet would be... Just giving you guys a little bit of spoilers here. Wonder Blade on Switch I need to get to. I think there were a couple others, but I kind of got some brain fog right now. I had a rough night last night, and most of you watched my stream, so take it easy today. Now, the first thing I should mention is the file size of this. And I'm going to think this is irrelevant because, you know, micro SD cards are cheap, but this game is over 50 gigs on PC. I bought this on PC for $6 recently, and I tried to install it, and I found out it was 50 gigs. For whatever reason, like, all the story mode dialogue is not compressed for some reason. So, PC version's not that great, simply because it's like the size of a AAA game. It's like a 2D pixel art game. 2D pixel art fighting game should not be taking up 50 gigs, no matter how it is. So, this is actually, not only is it under 12 gigs, it is, I think it's $15 right now. The sale goes on until the 20th, so you've got plenty of time there. I definitely recommend this port, just because Blazblue Central Fiction actually has a lot of single-player support. Obviously, this game is pretty much has a dead online player base, just because of its age and the fact that the netcode is not good. So, you definitely wouldn't be playing something like this to play with others, unless you have friends locally. But the fact that this has so much single-player content makes it actually a pretty good deal for $15, and the PC version goes on sale for like, I think $7? But the DLC still has to be bought. So, you're actually getting a pretty good deal here overall. I like how they've got Hype Dog in here. You're aware of the memes.
Here comes a new challenger!
So there's not much to talk about with this port. I just thought I'd let people know this is actually a pretty awesome game, single player. You've got arcade mode. There's the story mode if you're one of the 3.5 people that care about the story. They've got missions and training. This mode is pretty cool because you can power up your characters and stuff. I think this is actually like the best version of this mode.
Please select your character.
They've had this mode in home ports of this game for, I don't know, several versions now. This one is actually pretty cool. Lots of customization and stuff. The game runs in native resolution, so it's going to look quite good. There's no performance issues, as there shouldn't be. This is the game from 2008 that's been iterated upon many times. Doesn't really need much to run. My controls are all messed up. So one thing that's nice about this game is it is a four-button fighting game. So unlike stuff like Dragon Ball FighterZ or Street Fighter games on Switch, it's actually it's relatively feasible to play with the regular Joy-Cons. The main issue is going to be doing the motion, because this game has a lot of KOF style super inputs and stuff. So if you're going to play in portable mode, I would recommend getting a Split Pad Pro, at the very least one of the D-pad Joy-Cons. But if you're going to be playing in tabletop or docked mode, then you can pretty much just use any wireless control stick. Like, I didn't buy this intending to really versus anybody. It's just to play the single player stuff, and I think for the price they're asking for, it's like $15. It's actually quite good. It doesn't go on sale that often, you know, it's not like those mobile ports on Switch that are 99 cents every week. So you might want to take advantage of this if you're looking for something to play. Especially if you like fighting games but aren't big on actually fighting people. I can't comment on the netcode, but it's not good on the console version, so I don't see why it would be any better here. If you want a good portable fighting game with rollback, then Battle for the Grid is definitely one of the best versions or games you can get right now. I don't know any advanced stuff with this character. I know he's like one of the hardest characters to play, but since I'm not really even trying to play this at a high level, I'm just playing casually. He works pretty well. I can tell I'll definitely play this a lot as I level up more characters. I played a lot of the earlier versions of Blazblue, but that was when I had a local scene. It definitely have fallen off since then. I'm sure a lot of people could say the same thing. So like I said, when you consider that,
The Wheel of Fate is
I think the PC version goes on sale for under $10, but it doesn't come with like Jubei and the colors and stuff. This is actually a pretty good deal. It's very similar to Dynasty Warriors 8 XL on Switch. That game is deceptively a good deal because it has like all the content. Like, they didn't pull any punches with this, they just give you basically everything.
The Wheel of Fate is turning. Rebel 1. Action.
Load times are pretty much instant too, so.
The Wheel of Fate is turning. Rebel 1.
Now, playing Blazblue Central Fiction in 2020 is pretty much limited to people playing on like Parsec and stuff. People still played this game in person, but then the pandemic happened, so much like most fighting games right now, it's really not good to play online. The sale comes at a pretty good time. You can enjoy the Blazblue characters and just play casually and not worry about, you know, doing optimal bread and butters and stuff. You don't need any of that to beat the PC. I'd say the only problem with this port is just the fact that the Joy-Cons are just terrible for fighting games.
The Wheel of Fate is
Not having an
spinning.
actual D-pad for
Level
one, and
Action.
just inaccuracy of them. But that's not really the game's fault.
The Wheel of Fate is turning. Rebel 1.
Remember when they put out Continuum Shift Extend and all they added was that character I was just fighting there for a second. What was her name? Celica? I could see why people fell off with Blazblue. They made way too many versions, and a lot of them were honestly rip-offs. I think the worst one was definitely Continuum Shift Extend, because all they did was they added a balance patch and one new character. What it's worth, I still think Blazblue sprites look pretty good, but they definitely burnt through a lot of goodwill by kind of taking advantage of the community, making like 500 versions of it. I predict the next man-made island will be made out of obscure versions of Blazblue. Obsolete versions of Blazblue from like the PS3 era from like a decade ago. Gonna take all those versions of Continuum Shift, Extend, and just recycle them. Do that with all the Madden games too. Just take like Madden 2008, take all those copies and like recycle it. So the only reason I'm playing through this is to show you guys how long it takes to finish one area in here.
Rebel 1. Action.
This part of the game it's portable friendly and it's not at the same time, because if you want to play something else, you can't save in the middle of these. It's got a very old school save system. You know, fights in this 3 rounds with actual people is like 5 minutes tops. So it works well in that regard, but for the purpose of this, which is just single-player gameplay, you definitely do have to commit for a little while to finish one of these Abyss Mode runs. There's lots of really cool gear and stuff. I haven't personally gotten a lot of it myself. I couldn't really make a detailed guide about that. I don't think anybody would really care at this point, since this game is several years old now. But I like stuff like this. I like when fighting games have single-player content, especially right now. There's lots of really great fighting games out there, but very few that have good netcode. And we're not in a position as a society to really do in-person meetups right now, so it's nice to have stuff like this that you can just play. As much as I love Battle for the Grid, the single-player content is quite weak outside of just labbing. I mean, every portable Switch game is nice because you can lab while you're away from home, you're at work or on your commute or whatever, but you just want to actually play the game and not lab combos for 80 hours. That game does not offer much. All this game does. And people used to buy, back when Marvel 3 was popular, people used to buy Vitas just to play it. And lab while they were at tournaments. I mean, fighting games on the Switch will always have that merit, but... Before the pandemic, I went to Fanime last year. I actually played quite a bit of cross-tag battle. Blazblue cross-tag battle. In portable mode. That game has pretty bad single-player content, too. It doesn't even have, like, a real arcade mode, so... For that purpose, it's not that great. Battle for the Grid's decent, actually, for single-player content. It does have a pretty awesome story mode that is decently written, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. One of the problems with fighting game story modes is the fact that it's a video game and it has to have gameplay. So, people will fight for stupid reasons like, you know, you ate my leftover pizza in the fridge. Or there was a 6-pack of beer in the fridge and you drank it all. And I really needed it today. Stupid stuff like that. I can't really comment on the story mode on this, but if you did care about it, then I think this would be an even better value, but it's got a lot of single-player content, so I definitely recommend it for the price they're offering, especially when the PC version, when you consider all the DLC, is actually not that much more expensive, and it's like almost 5 times the size of this. I'm sorry, 50 gigs for a pixel art fighting game is asking a bit much. I'm actually looking at it right now. On sale right now. This is with full discounts. It is $8 on Steam, and Jubei is $2. So you're actually getting a pretty good deal when you consider that the only thing you'd really be missing is the soundtrack. There's plenty of other places you can find the soundtrack if you want it. I think this clocks in at about 11 gigs. Let's see exactly how much it is, so you guys have a bit of a better idea. This is also not part of the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale, so you've got until the 20th. Definitely recommend scrounging up that money if you're looking for a fighting game and you don't care about playing competitively. Most ArcSys games are kind of on life support right now because the netcode is so bad. Except for, you know, Dragon Ball Fighters, people just kind of put up with it there. Actually, I cannot show you the price. Let me, pull this up. I'll be right back. Oh, actually, my hotkey didn't work. Sorry about that. My XSplit's acting up right now. Anyway, it is $15. That's actually probably one of the best single player options you could get for a fighting game on Switch right now. Cross Tag Battle is cheaper, but this is kind of a fake deal because it has a ton of DLC. Uh, Cross Tag Battle DLC is laughable at best. It is the latest Blazblue game, but not that many people play it because of the netcode, and there's really no single-player content at all. It has a story, if you care about that, but from what little I played of it, it's very much just basic fighting game stuff. Like, people just fight for no reason other than the fact that it's a video game and it has to have gameplay. So, if that's your thing, then I guess you could buy that, but you'd be missing like half of the roster. BlazBlue's Central Fiction is definitely a better deal. Anyway, hope that helps you guys, and I'll catch you guys later.